Does he see it? I don't know if he got it off. Throw in the end zone. It's incomplete. Broken up over there. Intended for Malik Neighbors. I thought it was a delay.
The thing that is frustrating, it was close to being a delay, Chris, but I think he did get it off. He didn't put enough air under this. See how flat that ball is? Throws it right into the defender. Neighbors, as soon as the ball was thrown, he pointed up as if to say, get that up in the air.
Daniels has time in the pocket, delivers into the end zone. Catch made, but out of bounds. It was Neighbors working the back line, defended by Renardo Green, and now an early decision for Kelly. It's fourth down.
A great matchup between these two. Green's a really good defender. This time he just doesn't see it. You know, Neighbors is pointing. That right foot looked like it may have touched first. Let's look. He's already out of bounds. Left foot's already out of bounds. So it's a great call by the officials.
You just called your entire team together to start this fourth quarter. What was the message you delivered?
You know, you got 15 minutes, man. Go put everything we have on the line. You know, we got to make sure we're playing smart. I mean, guys are playing hard, playing with passion. We just got to make sure we're playing smart and not having any foolish penalties. Let's go finish this thing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, he'll be thrilled. He looks up and sees Renardo Green makes the pick of Daniels and scoots down the sideline, sets up the Knowles at the 25.
Yeah, Neighbors just falls down here, and a good job of stepping up in front of that. Told you that battle would be going on all night long. Green wins this one. Neighbors slips, loses his footing. Ball just a little bit late out into the flat. I don't know if it's going to be a completion either way, but Green sees it all the way and comes up with that big turnover. I don't know how he avoided his knee touching the ground there, but somehow he did, I guess.
First interception Daniels has thrown tonight. You're going to check and see if his knee was down where he made the catch.
Just watching in real time, if it didn't touch, it came close. I was going to brag on him for being able to not touch somehow.
Well, don't not brag on him yet.
Yeah, I was like, replay's going to look at it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, he's down.
We've got a knee down. They're going to bring the ball back to that spot.
See Neighbors down on the ground looking back, and there's the knee down.
Bill, you do want to err on the side of the official letting the play go, right? In case it didn't touch down, you want to give him a chance to make the big return.
Yeah.
But clearly that's what replay's for.
We say if you know the call, you make the call, but if you have doubt and you're not sure, leave it alone.
You can always bring it back.
Assuming replay does their job, which they're doing.
Can't bring the throw back, though.
Wiles takes the snap. Throws it over the middle. It is incomplete. Jacarius Caston could not hold on. Renardo Green, who was one of the stars of the game last week on defense for Florida State in coverage.
Yeah, Green right there, just tight coverage, not letting Jacarius Caston get any type of separation right there. Good, clean football play on the ball as well.
Southern Miss forced to punt here.
And the players all have them, and again, no nameplates, just 4 wells on the back of every jersey as Castellanos can't get free. Tripped up by Renardo Green and Braden Fisk. Will they get Castellanos on the perimeter? Castellanos in trouble, moving around, dancing. Back of the end zone, it's caught, but he was pushed out of bounds, so no 2 points. Nice job defensively that time by Renardo Green to shove Lewis Bond when he put his hands on the ball and get him out of bounds.
Well, this is what I was looking for earlier on 4th and 2. Move pocket, play action, running out of room. After a defensive touchdown, we got a ball game at Chestnut Hill. Catch that football.
Castellanos to throw again into the end zone. One-handed attempt, but Griffin couldn't hang on. It came out at the last second. Renardo Green with coverage. He almost got that with his left arm.
He went up, tried to grab it with his left. 6'3" on a 6-foot corner. It's a really good job by Green.
3rd and 10, 4-down territory perhaps. This time it's caught. The tight end Takis short of the line to gain. Do you just kick the field goal here? You're down 2 scores. Okay, so 2nd down 11. Credit the front of Florida State. Now Castellanos to throw. Gets hit in the backfield and sacked. Back at the 12 for a loss of 9. Renardo Green, the corner in the backfield with the takedown. 3rd and long coming up.
How about Adam Fuller pulling out all the stops? A corner blitz here on 2nd down, and Renardo Green comes clean, gets home.
Florida State has lost 7 in a row to Clemson. They dump Shipley. Renardo Green up from the corner for a 2-yard loss. Mike Norvell's team overall has won 9 straight back to last year.
Man, how about Renardo Green right here, coming up right on the outside. He has contained, but he recognized the opportunity to deliver a big hit, and he does so to set up 3rd and long.
That streak on the line today. Here's pressure. Klubnik got it off quickly. Diving catch made short of the 1st down. Troy Stellato has become a big factor today. In fact, he has an 8-yard gain on that catch, his 4th catch of the day.
Back-to-back incredible plays by Renardo Green, the 5th-year senior. Makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage on Shipley to allow his defensive coordinator to call it all-out pressure. Then he's on an island.
Shipley, the lone running back again. They faked it to him. They throw it out wide and lost yardage. Adam Randall stopped by Renardo Green. And the crowd boos the play call. And they got a little fancy late in regulation, and that one seems to me to be overthinking it, Greg.
Yes, and they give Cade Klubnik the freedom if he likes.
Completed 63% of his passes last week in that victory. Rolls out, incomplete at the 30, broken up nicely on the corner by Renardo Green. He was working against Felton, who had the first touchdown catch for the Hokies last week against Pitt. So it's a quick 3 and out for Virginia Tech.
You can see the sense of urgency on the part of Florida State.
2nd and 5. On the mesh, hands it off. Nice tackle on the play by Green. Renardo Green limits that gain by Malachi Thomas.
You're starting to see this Virginia Tech offensive line kind of lean on Florida State a little bit up front, a little bit more.
Okay. Drones taking a shot down. Up high, caught but out of bounds. Felton was working against Green and ran out of real estate down the sidelines. So it's 4th down.
Daquan Felton, this is exactly what you got to do. Just give him a shot. He just ran out of real estate. Nice job by Renardo Green of forcing him out of bounds, not letting him come down. But that's what you got to do if you're Kyron Drones. Just throw it up.
Drones taking a shot one-on-one and missed his target big time. Green. And we got a flag on the play. Green and Green going head-to-head.
The ball landed way out of bounds. Oh, they're good.
Pass interference, offense, number 26, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Well, that's against Aiden Green, the offensive player.
They're going to call it.
Quinn Allen flanking Wilson to the backfield. Here comes the blitz. Off his back foot, tight window, incomplete. Good coverage by Renardo Green. Got a hand around DeMarcus Adams and knocked it away.
And you bring up that name, Renardo Green. Defensive coordinator Alan Fuller said this guy has been making a fuller impact, right? He is our best cover guy. When they played against LSU and he was going last, it feels like he's going to score a ton of points.
Jawan Price for a couple of yards.
Coming down a corner.
Leonard, 1st down throw, launching downfield, and he threw it over the head. He was in tight coverage. Moore was covered by Renardo Green. 8 versus 8, 2nd down.
These matchups are going to be big because it's one-on-one. You know, who can win? And that's the top corner, Renardo Green, who has the great ability in man-to-man coverage.
But told you, Kurt, Leonard's going to go 1 for his first 7. Of Leonard. Riley back to throw. Steps up. Tries to create on the move. And just has to throw it downfield. It's incomplete. He hits the deck. Maybe in a healthy ankle, he can get away from Renardo Green, but not that time.
Watch this receiver right here. Creates a pick for Moore coming out of the backfield. He's just going to set a screen right there in man coverage. It's open. But because of the pressure, he's unable to throw that rail route down the right sideline. But the execution, Hagan's setting that screen.
But trying to play with tempo with the young quarterback in there, trying to throw for it, and it's broken up. Reaching back was Renardo Green, and the Noles get a stop, and they are closing in on a 22nd consecutive victory over Duke.
Yeah, I think they went tempo just to try to potentially get Florida State out of position, but the Noles were locked in, and not only does he do that, but he goes against their best corner, with his third receiver. He went to Renardo Green, who was in tight coverage, man-to-man, got his left hand on the ball that was thrown a bit behind anyway.
Because if they hang around, they got a good shot to win.
Griffiths, this time well protected, to the sideline on a dive, incomplete for Jamal Banks. It will be third.
But, you know, getting those guys from all those different places, that's a beautiful way to showcase that.
There's the slow mesh. On a pass, incomplete. Behind Banks. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And that slow mesh action in the backfield, a staple of the Wake Forest offense. And now you asked Mike Norvell, what do you do with that slow mesh? And he basically said, we have to go and attack it. That's what Adam Fuller, the defensive coordinator, backed up as well.
Yeah, because when you see that he's been too jumpy, they need him to settle down. Let's see what he can do here on this next play.
Jump ball, sideline, on 3rd down and complete. Renardo Green was perfectly positioned in coverage, and it will be another 3-and-out for Wake Forest.
Yeah, you talk about Renardo Green. He's Florida State's best cover guy. But the spacing right there between the routes, the slot receiver and the outside receiver seemed like they were in exactly the same spot. That doesn't give the quarterback room to make the throw. And then if you're Mitch Griffiths, you have to throw your... I'd like to see them once again attack this matchup down here to the bottom of the screen.
Griffiths to throw, backpedaling, and on the move again. Squeezes one into Banks, but it's incomplete. Now it'll be 4th and goal at the 6. And here comes the field goal group.
Uh-oh, Bob. You got anything to say about this field?
Black women's education. Just an amazing story. Now throw low to the outside.
And guys, I just have to say, your willingness paved the way for us to live the life that we do.
Wake Forest going forward on 4th and 6 and failing. Intended for Cameron Height, but again, low and outside from Mitch Griffiths. So starting in plus territory, the Demon Deacons, but they turn it over on downs. So it goes back to FSU.
Yeah, you're going to see Mitch Griffiths going to catch the ball. And right here, just little happy feet in the pocket. Just pick that ball up. Give your receiver an opportunity to make the play, especially on 4th down. But Bob, your point about the...
Have to answer for it the entire game.
Veyer. Incomplete. Intended for Bub Means. Renardo Green back there defending in the secondary. One of the top DBs that they've got in the ACC, not just Florida State.
We're talking about pressure. I want you to watch Braden Fisk right here take Jake Cradle and just put him back into the lap of Christian Veyer. That's what we're talking about. That pressure up the middle, that just disorients quarterbacks, and that's got to be a major theme for...
Veyer complete at the 37-yard line. That's Reynolds. Reynolds trying to fight for every yard. His forward progress is going to be marked at the 39-yard line. Veyer going to launch one. Deep downfield. And it's incomplete at about the 12. And that'll do it for the first half. The highly regarded 4th-ranked Seminoles leading by 1st and 10. Little play action, taking a shot on the post. Incomplete. No flag intended for Means. Green back there defending for the Seminoles.
Real interesting play. Renardo Green, you can see Bub Means feels as though he was kind of knocked off course because there was some incidental contact down the field. But I like the play call by Frank Cignetti, the offensive coordinator, trying to go up top right away. You see it right there. I mean, they're not going to call that, but you see Bub Means looking back at the referee like, hey, what's up with that?
Yeah. Rodney Hammond in the backfield. Flemister in the backfield. Play fake. Little waggle action caught by Epps. Epps, that big tight end at 6'6". Brought down after a short game. Akeem Dent there to make the tackle on the 2-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd down coming up. And those are the ball going to be placed at the 26.
Big play for Florida. They're getting after it.
They're complete underneath. That's Means. About 4 yards short.
Williams, the true freshman, starting from his own 2. Faked it to a fellow true freshman. He wants to launch it deep, and it's just a little bit too far for Colby Young. One of only 11 FBS teams to do that. Fletcher bounced outside. Fletcher, another one of those highly touted freshmen, shoved across the boundary by Renardo Green. And some whooping. Back and forth after an 8-yard play. That was a great job. Miami. One of only 11 FBS teams to do that. Fletcher bounced outside. Fletcher, another one of those highly touted freshmen, shoved across the boundary by Renardo Green. And some whooping. Back and forth after an 8-yard play. That was a great job by Xavier Restrepo, too. He started on the right side of the formation. He went all the way back around to the left and got a nice block for Fletcher. Watch Restrepo pulling around. You see an undersized wide receiver get that much engagement with it. 2nd and 11. Fletcher, the running back. Emery Williams gave it to him. He bounced off a hit from Tatum Bethune, but couldn't get away from the second one. Here's Molly McGrath.
Well, Sean, I asked Miami head coach Mario Cristobal about that non-call on the apparent safety at the end of the half, and he immediately started yelling expletives, not suitable for air. He was very emotional, saying that there were 2 calls in the first half that felt unfair to him.
3rd down and 8. Pressure again. Williams throws it up for grabs, and it flutters incomplete. Trying to get it to Isaiah Horton. Kevin Knowles was the most important blitzer, who forced the quick lob by Emery Williams. Another all-out pressure called by Adam Fuller, the defensive coordinator. That's 2 consecutive 3rd downs. They get flagged for holding on the last one. This time, Knowles comes free off the edge. He's on block, which is a couple of weeks away. First play of the 4th quarter. Miami 3rd and 4. Down by 7. They can't complete the quick slant to Jacoby George with Renardo Green, the cover man. And Dyke, there it is again. The back shoulder they knew was coming. And Renardo Green broke it up. So here's the ball game right here. 4th down and 10.
Walters gets hit at the 30 and dragged down.
It's an 18, and he's off and running early in this one. Big first down.
Looking to throw this time. Down near the 30 and incomplete. Leaping attempt from Dakota Warfield. Renardo Green back in coverage, number 8 for Florida State.
Yeah, tough to match. Down in 16 now for UNA.
Operating from that shotgun on the run to his right, just beyond the 30.
He was given space in that occasion. That's his tactic. On 3rd and 5, those come after Brown. Ball pumps up in the air. It's caught. Wilson fought back to make the catch. He's a yard short. Wow. Lucky to avoid a turnover there.
Yeah, they fooled him again with some of these pre-snap movements, moving the safeties around. Brown comes down initially, and you know, you're thinking, okay, we got a blitz over here to the left. The offensive line make these checks, and then the blitz comes here. So they're trying to mess with his eyes, and it worked.
Are they messing with us here? 4th down in their own end. Pressure up the middle. Around the end is Wilson. Trey Wilson gets 1 block and then gets slammed by Renardo Green to the turf. It's a cornerback who's not afraid of contact.
And Green not only tackles him, steps over top of him, and has a few words for the Florida sideline. So anytime that happens, you're going to get some emotion fired up. That's a true freshman, Eugene Wilson. You and I had the Gators out in Salt Lake City, and they were talking and bragging about his potential, what he could do. It's a veteran taking on a young freshman and just body slamming him and then letting him know after the play, stepping over top of him. I think that's what got obvious yards.
Plummer looked left, comes back right, now pressured by Payton and has to throw it away. Patrick Payton leads the nation. Batted down passes. He's been active down the stretch of this season.
Well, we've seen early in the play calling from offensive coordinator Brian Brohm of Louisville. He's trying to change things.
Play action. Jack Plummer with time to wind up and take a shot. And it is incomplete as Chris Bell was waiting for it, and Jones and Green were there defensively.
Well, the successful run the play before prompts Brian Brohm to go play action to see if he can freeze this secondary. And there they go with Chris Bell at 6'2", 225. He's getting behind the defense. Jack Plummer just had to put a little bit more on that ball to get it out in front of him. They miss another opportunity, Joe.
Plummer to pass on 3rd and 3. Shallow cross is incomplete. Chris Bell had a defender trailing and one coming in front. And there you see Jerrion Jones, who leads the team in picks.
And that was a really nice job by him in the slot, kind of fighting through the wash. They're trying to set picks and screens and make it difficult to follow the receiver, but he was able to do it. Watch this right here. He's just able to kind of come down. He's able to avoid his own teammate. That was Tatum Bethune at linebacker and still get in. It's just been that.
Plummer. Ball is batted away by Renardo Green. He was looking for Thompson.
And he's been so good all year for Florida State. Think back to that first game against LSU. He's up against Malik Neighbors. I'm not going to say he shut him down, but he controlled him against the leading receiver in the country. There's some holding there going on for sure, but the referees are letting these guys hand fight in the back end. I think it's another one you easily could have called PI. But if they're going to let that one go, then on the flip side, they've got to give that to the other offense too.
3rd and 2. Plummer downfield, wanting more than 2 as he looks to thrash. And that is incomplete coverage from Green.
Wow, Green was on the coverage. He tried to turn his head to locate the ball. He missed it. It actually fell into the belly of Thrash. He just wasn't able to make the catch. He's trying to kind of give him a 50-50 ball right here. Look, Green kind of turns around, doesn't find it, and it's there for the taking. Nice coverage on the outside, and Jack Plummer finds himself back on the bench very quickly again. Florida State's defense can.
Plummer on 2nd and 3. To the end zone, incomplete, trying to connect with Thrash.
Renardo Green on an island again, just shutting it down on the outside. Press coverage, they're going slant into the end zone, just no window. A little bit of hand fighting, but we've seen the referees let that go here in the second half. Plummer trying to put that football out in front of his receiver to make a play. That's good coverage, man. Swatting it away with the left hand.
3rd and 3.
For him for his draft stock and also potentially his national championship chase.
3rd and 3, complete to the Thrash. Couldn't hold on to it.
And Renardo Green has just been a beast outside one-on-one. He's been doing that all year. This is a